Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs Minister Velenkosini Hlabisa has urged residents and communities in affected parts of the country to exercise extreme caution and prioritize their safety following the disruptive snowfall and cold front. He joins us live now to discuss this. Minister, good evening. Thank you so much for your time. Really do appreciate it. Minister, can you give us a sense of what the latest report is that you've received on any sort of disaster impact, if any at all, during the span of the day, given the inclement weather experienced across the country?
Good evening, as well as to the viewers of SABC. The areas that have reported damage of the infrastructure is Free State at most. All other areas, the reports that we are receiving is the snow that is gathering in the roads, as well as parts of the country, to which some of our residents are excited to see the snow once again. But we do want to caution our communities. We do not want to experience what we experienced the last time out of excitement. People must stay home and only travel if it is necessary, because we do not want to have a disastrous situation when people get trapped out of the current snow.
Can you give us a sense, Minister, if any at all, whether or not particular disaster teams have been mobilized and in which parts of the country, and what the volume of responses they had throughout the day? I know you mentioned the Free State having been an adversely affected province, but were there other provinces that disaster management teams in various provinces across the country had been mobilized?
Yes, indeed, because the weather services, the early warnings that were given by the South African weather services were circulated timeously, and all the provincial disaster management centers, together with CoGTA in KwaZulu-Natal, in Free State, in Eastern Cape, in Western Cape, have been vigilant on the ground, because we were clear that we are going to experience snow today, and they are intact in terms of responding and ensuring that they monitor very closely the roads when snow has to be removed, and they are assisting in doing so. And some of the roads which are demanded to be closed, together with the Department of Transport, we are working collaboratively to ensure that we do not experience challenges. But disaster management teams are ready. Even our teams, as it is in the evening, they are receiving constant report so that where intervention is needed, it is deployed accordingly. But we will urge people, especially at night, there will be little or limited assistance, because in any ways at night, people to stay at home, rather consider tomorrow, once it is clear, to continue with their trips to whatever destination, especially in these 4 provinces that are being affected.
Yeah, and just lastly, Minister, to those that have been affected, to those who are potentially displaced, or to the unhoused living on the streets of South Africa, what assistance is being extended to them during this particular time? And is there any coordination between you and, say, perhaps the Department of Social Development to ensure that such outreach is effected?
Yes, as I indicated, that the province where infrastructure was affected by heavy wind, the Free State, there is a coordination between CoGTA National and CoGTA Provincial, as well as all other key departments, to give support to those who are stranded, to be housed in community centers, but some of them are taken by relatives, which we highly commend, for communities to come on board. We are aware schools are also affected, but our provincial government in Free State is on board to see what assistance can be given, although we know it cannot happen instantly, to bring back the roof of the schools that have been blown away, but support is given to ensure that people are not stranded, they receive shelter, especially during this time when weather and cold weather is around throughout various provinces of our country.
And just lastly, for how long will the disaster management teams be on standby and on high alert? I'm assuming this is all dependent on the meteorological data coming from the South African Weather Services, but do you have a sense of that just yet?
Yes, we are going to be very confirmed by tomorrow as to how long our teams will be on the ground. But currently we are on high alert and constantly monitoring the information coming out from South African Weather Services as a guide for the next few coming days. And we will make a public statement also before the end of the day to ensure that our communities who are planning trips, they know how it's going to be the condition in the next coming few days.
Minister, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much for your time. Really do appreciate it. That is Minister Velenkosini Hlabisa, the Minister of Cooperative Affairs and Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs.